she gave an example of improvisation in which her client was saying, "Oh, I'm so timid. I'm such a wimp. I can't even drive in New Jersey traffic. I can't even find my way. I just don't know. I just can't be an adult here. Every adult can drive a car in New Jersey." And so the therapist, all of you are focusing people are very familiar with this problem of what we've called the critic. The therapist said to her, "Yes, I see what you mean, but where are all these people?" So the client looks up and says, "Well, they're not sitting in this chair." And so then the therapist laughs and said, "Well, they're not sitting in this chair." And so there's a whole different feeling in that playfulness, and the session proceeds from a very, very different place. That's what I'm calling improvisation. The improvisation isn't necessarily, sometimes it can be a drama, a sand play, sometimes it can be role play, it could be anything. But it doesn't have to be. It can be simply finding a way of being engaged with it from a different place. There's a kind of new living further that is happening through this whole keyboard. But we're doing the living further on this side by engaging together in a different way than is possible to come from the client alone. The therapist is introducing something. The therapist is wanting to know what kind of interaction is this one down here, this inner self. What kind of interaction is needed? And there are all kinds of interactions that are needed by people, all kinds of relational experience that's needed. Sometimes it's needed to have a witness. Sometimes it's needed to have a playmate. Sometimes it's needed to have the feeling of someone that's bigger than me that can take care of me. Sometimes it's needed to have the feeling of a likeness. Sometimes it's needed to feel deeply appreciated by the other. Sometimes it's needed just to be silly together. There are many kinds of interactions that this one down here is calling for, that the therapist is sensitive to and wanting to be able to be free to go all over this keyboard.